Okay, happy Friday morning, my incredible community here. Welcome to the Marketing Wizards Inner Circle. My name is Michael Bridgman, and we are going to have an absolute ton of fun over the next 25-30 minutes here live. And let's get things rocking and rolling here, my friends. So I'm going to turn off my music. Thank you so much for joining me here on this live. Today is special. Today is special because we're going to simplify today and really kind of buff off some of the rust that accumulates and the confusion that accumulates when it comes to small business owners and their marketing. Because, my friends, if you really want to know how to grow a company effectively and really achieve amazing things, it starts with marketing decisions. You can have the best hijama watchama do, the best widget, the best thingamabob, the best ever of anything. But if you don't know how to market it very well, then the chances are no one's ever going to find it, no one's ever going to know about it, and you're never going to stay in business. So, the great Brian Tracy, I was reading a book from him once, the great business coach and consultant and author. He said basically every single decision, every single consulting decision really he's ever made comes down to marketing. Almost all strategic thinking when it comes to your business, my friends, comes down to marketing. Marketing. Am I going Arnie on us here? Marketing. Right? This is the biggest thing. So, how do you do it? How do you do it effectively? How do you do it so it doesn't overwhelm you and overwhelm your day? Because, I don't know, between you and me here, there is a lot of options out there for marketing, isn't there? Right, if you're watching this live right now, give us a yes in the comment section if you agree with me that there are lots and probably way too many options for marketing out there, especially for small business owners. You've got all of these access points. Got all your different social medias. You got all your different local medias. You got all the different stuff you can buy. You got people calling you constantly, texting you constantly, messaging you constantly, right? Asking for you to buy their marketing services. So the fact is, how do you simplify that? How do you make those decisions easy? How do you make those decisions easy? And and we're going to dive into that. So how, and I don't always get it right. Oh my gosh, I don't always get it right. I have plenty of dead marketing campaigns in my closet. Like there's lots of marketing skeletons back there. There's lots of successes too, right? There's lots of successes too, which is why I can be here, having done tens of millions of dollars in revenue in my business career, going, look, I know how to help you. I know how to get your message out there more. I know how to help you. And I know what has worked for me. And I know what we can test in your marketplace to help it work for you. That's why I can stand here. Well, sit here and go, look, I know, pardon me. I know some of the things that I've done that didn't work. I know some of the things that I've done that really worked, and we can work together to figure out what's going to work for you. That's why I'm here doing this. That's why I'm giving away this information, because I would rather you know from my failures and from what I used to now more often than not succeed in my marketing campaigns and tactics and strategies with my companies than to have you, watch somebody succeed and go, wow, how did they do that? What are they doing? Right? I'd rather give this information away so that you can learn and start to accelerate. Selfishly, so that maybe you go, wow, I need help with this, or I need to upgrade this, or I need to take my marketing as it exists to another level. So I'm going to look at these guys. I'm going to look at Michael and his marketing agency, right? Time. And I'm going to figure out, are these guys a good fit for me? Would this work? Could this work? Right? That's how we find a lot of our clients, to be honest, now, is that we do content like this, right? And I'll get to the number one rule. I'll get to the question I've got here for you. We do content just like this, and it winds up going out. It builds this number one thing I'm going to talk about for your marketing, and that then recurs back to us. We have people reaching out almost on a daily basis now going, hey, I need to do X, Y, Z. Do you guys do this? Could you help me with that? Right? Over and over and over again. So it's really, really, really exciting. And I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you because you are standing at the precipice of an incredible 2024. Your 2024 can be absolutely mind-bogglingly amazing. Blah, 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 amazing. It can be incredible, right? It can be absolutely incredible. But you got to plan for it. What is the great Tony Robbins saying? He says, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, right? This is the time, right? This is the time. And actually, at the end of the live today, I'm going to talk a little bit about how we're doing something in the new year, in the first month. So in January, first month of the year, surprise, surprise, that can help you plan and map out what you want your goals to be and how you want to implement that into your marketing strategy. Okay. So if you're watching this live, please leave a 1 in the comment section. That would be fantastic. If you're watching the replay of this live, then please leave a 2. That would be amazing. And as we dive into the questions, and we've got a few real good doozies today. We'll start off with David's question, and then we'll move to Diane's, and then we'll move to Gary's. So we've got some great questions. And if you have any other follow-ups, if you're like, okay, that I understand how that works for that industry, or I get how that would work for Gary or for Diana, but how would it work for me? Please put it in the comment section. I'm here for you, right? I dedicate my Friday morning, a little chunk of it here, to you, to my community, to help them implement these marketing strategies to help them grow. Okay, because I believe genuinely my quest here with this is to help you create the most effective, the most earth-shattering, the most mind-boggling marketing system so that you're doing the thing that you love to do best, which is coach your clients, deliver your services, consult with people, offer your product, right? I would love for you to have a marketing system that's routinely pumping out great leads for you. Wouldn't that be amazing? Right? Wouldn't that be awesome to have a marketing system that's just pumping out poof, 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 great lead, great lead, great lead, great lead. And so that's why I do these, is to help you build that system so that you can build that and build an incredible company. Because the more success you have, my friend, the better the world is. I truly believe that. I think the world is going to be improved and made a better place on the backs of people like you, with your great product, with your great service, with your goals and mine. That's what I believe. I fully believe that with absolutely every fiber of my being. That is what I believe to be the truth, is that the greatness of the world is going to be built on the backs of small business owners accomplishing big, huge things. Okay, so without further ado, you all know you can ask questions as we go here. Feel free to comment. Feel free to say, yes, I love that, if it's something that makes sense to you or anything like that. So feel free to do that. So we're going to jump into our first question. If everybody's good to go with that, that is awesome. We're going to jump into our first question. We have several live viewers here today, which is fantastic. So just checking through here. Okay, everything looks good. Let's jump to David's question. All right, question numero 1 from our mailbag. David says to me, there are too many marketing options. How do you choose? Oh, okay. So I'm going to answer David's question in a bit of a roundabout way. Hello, good morning, Glenn. My good buddy Glenn is on here saying hello. So I'm going to answer David's question from 2 separate angles, okay? So the first angle is that you need to know who your ideal client is, right? David, there is lots of marketing options out there. There's tons of them. So you need to know who your ideal client is and where they're spending their time. Where are they spending their leisure time? Where are they spending their work time? What is it they're doing with the minutes of their life? Because it's in those places that you'd like to be marketing your services, revealing your content, offering them value, running your ads. Those are the places, okay? So you have to know where your ideal client is resting. Where are they hanging out? Where are they doing their thing? Where are they driving to and from? Where are they going on vacation? What social media apps they're using? All of that stuff, okay? Hello, Lisa, as well, from Ontario, from Oak and Linen. Hello, Lisa. So lots of awesome people joining us this morning. That's fantastic. So you have to know who your ideal client is. So when David and I were talking about this, he says there's so many options. I could do this. I could do that. He's talking about, he could do local newspaper ads, which can work if you're a real good local company. He was talking about doing social media stuff, doing YouTube ads, doing Facebook ads. He was talking about working more on his search engine optimization, his SEO stuff for Google listings. All of them could work, David. But the fastest way to cash is to figure out where your ideal client likes to spend their time and how they like to consume their content, and then focusing on that space, right? Focusing on that area, ensuring that you're using that channel, that medium, or aka media, to attract them, to get their attention. Okay? That is the number one key, David. Now, beyond that, you've heard of the ABCs, right? Always be closing. We've heard this before. Well, I have something that I call ABT. Okay, so you can write this down. ABT. It's a little acronym that I use in my marketing, David. And it's the reason why I do this show. Okay, it's the reason why I do this show. It's the reason why I have a Facebook group. It's the reason why I send out emails. It's the reason why I do content. It's the reason why I have a YouTube channel. This is the reason. ABT stands for always building trust. In everything you do, you should always be building trust. Marketing is really a 5-letter word here, and that is trust. If somebody is going to buy from you, okay, we say they have to know, like, and trust you. And the most important part of that equation, my friend, is the trust part. If they don't trust you, they're not going to buy from you. If they don't trust you, they're not going to buy from you. I have been sold, and I have had people purchase from me all sorts of products and services that they didn't know me 5-10 minutes prior to them purchasing. So the know part, obviously they have to eventually know you, but they don't have to know you, right? And they don't have to like you. Does it make buying from you easier? Sure, but they don't have to like you. You and I both know. Anybody watching this right now? Lisa, Glenn, anybody else watching this right now? You know full well that not everybody who buys from you likes you. And you know full well that not every time you've purchased something from somebody, you've actually liked the salesperson. Does it make it easier? Sure it does. Absolutely it does. But that doesn't mean it's a necessity. It just means, right, those are layers to the equation. But trust is the most important part. They have to trust that your transformation, your product, your service, the thing that you're saying is going to solve their problem is actually going to solve the problem. You know, Lisa, she owns a beautiful company out in Ontario. She sells furniture, all sorts of gorgeous stuff out there. They have to trust that Lisa's furniture and Lisa's accessories are going to match their home. They're going to be beautiful to look at. They're going to create, right, that appeal, that energy, that look, that feel in the room that they're putting things in. And so, frankly, when David's talking about there are too many marketing options, there are too many marketing options. And you have to pick the one that you know deep down, or at least you instinctively feel or have researched to know, is going to build the most trust with your prospect. That's the real simple thing, my friends. You need to do your marketing where it's going to be seen, yes, but also in the way and where it's going to develop the most trust. Trust, my friends. If they don't trust you, they are not going to buy from you. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen if they don't trust you. Okay? So you can build trust in hundreds of different ways. You know, by your content, by your consistency, by the way you look, you feel, the way you sound, right? And obviously by things like social proof, testimonials, reviews, all that kind of stuff. But the fact is the number one thing in your marketing is choose the area, David, that you're going to be able to develop the most trust the fastest with your ideal client. And if you don't know who your ideal client is, then reach out to me, because I have a whole lot of like courses that I put out there, and even some stuff that I'll do for free. And inside our Facebook group, in fact, we've got a whole course on your ideal client avatar and how to create it. And I've got a cool little 8-question process to build that out. And then we also go deeper on that if you want to as well. Okay. That answers David's question. In the live audience, you guys, if there's any follow-ups on that, please feel free to drop them in the comment section and I will jump to them. Okay. So Diana here. And I'm sorry about my breathing, you guys. I've got a chest congestion right now. It's bogging me down a little bit. Okay. So Diana asks, I feel like I'm always scrambling when it comes to my business. Any tips on how to calm down the chaos? Okay, well, beyond diving into the psychology of this question, we're going to deal with it from a practical sort of skill set perspective. Because I'm sure all the coaches out there would be like, oh, let's dive into Diana's question here and figure out why she's chaotic, who she's running from, what she's trying to prove, blah, 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 blah. But let's just keep this at a very strategic tactics level for a moment for Diana here. And I'm going to go into the marketing side of things for her. Pardon me, because I know her business and I know there's some key elements as far as team and that type of thing that Diana is going to need to change in order to have the type of success that she's looking for. And her and I have talked about that, but I want to address the marketing side of this question. And you might think there is none, but there really deep down, there really, really is. So there is a marketing side to this question, and I want to address it because if you get this part right, my friends, the rest of things get easier. Okay? And the reason I say that is because when I'm dealing with small business owners, one of the things that they tend to do is they go all in on one area, marketing or sales or deliverables, okay? Or operations, whatever you want to call that, right? They're all in on one area to make sure that works really, really well. And then they have to change their tactic, change their direction, change their focus, as it were, on a different area to then go make sure that works really, really well. And while they're super focused on that area, the other area tends to lag behind. So an example, right? My friend Rob, who runs Travel Professionals in Langley. Did we say? I know some coaches available. Oh, perfect. Yeah, exactly. So Glenn knows some coaches, you guys. He knows a few. What I'm getting at here, though, is that, oh, pardon me. You've all experienced this. And my buddy Rob was experiencing this. He would spend a whole bunch of resources on his marketing. Time, not as much money, but a lot of time and effort developing his marketing. He'd get a bunch of leads. He'd then have to nurture those leads. So he'd go from developing top end, right? Top of the funnel, as it were. Marketing, getting in leads. Then he'd have to nurture those leads. Blah, 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 blah. Then he'd have to spend a bunch of time in sales, selling the leads. Blah, 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 blah. Then he'd have a bunch of time organizing the deliverables of those leads. Blah, 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 blah. And then he'd have to jump back up to the marketing stage. And his business was going through this cycle, right? I'm sure you know what I'm talking about here. I'm sure you've experienced this sort of relentless circular cycle. And it's hard to grow from there because as soon as you start building up one, it automatically leads to the next, then it leads to the next, then it leads to the next. You do well in your top end marketing, then it leads, well, you got to do a lot of nurturing. Then from the nurturing, you're going to have a lot of sales. Then you got to do a lot of deliverables. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have any more leads. You got to go way back up to the top, right? So one of the things that him and I talked about was developing a system for his company that allowed him to do more marketing all the time and just spend more of his available time resources in the nurturing and the sales and the deliverables process so that he wasn't having to do the top end, the top of the funnel marketing stuff as often. He was just doing it in small ways more consistently so that the lead flow was more consistent. And so I actually have a system for this. I call it the Hourglass Marketing System. Now, for some of you who know me for a while now, you might have heard me reference this system before. But I don't like the word funnel. I hate the word funnel, in fact. I like to use the concept of an hourglass. Because to me, okay, if a client is represented by a grain of sand here, once they enter into my hourglass, right, I don't want them to fall at the bottom and disappear. I mean, a funnel is somebody just going whoop, and they're gone out the other side. So the way I look at it is I go, okay, if the top of the hourglass, you guys, and I'm going to give you 7 stages to this marketing system. Okay, the top of the hourglass here is your attraction stage. Okay, so if you got a pen and paper handy, the simplest thing to do is draw a big fat X. Draw a big fat X in the middle of your paper. Okay, big fat X. With the top part of that X inside, right, aka the top of the hourglass, you're going to put attract. Okay, this is where you're attracting and you're getting attention. Okay, you're attracting people to your brand, to your message, and ultimately to your product or service that solves a problem for them. So you're attracting. The second part, so going down this part of the hourglass right here, okay, is the nurture stage, or as I call it, the enchant them stage. Okay, so this is the enchanting stage right along here. And then eventually they get down to the bottom, okay, and then you make them an offer. So the top part of your X should have attract, enchant, offer. Those are the three stages, boop, 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 that a client, prospect, aka, goes through. Okay, so now my grain of sand is going through an attraction stage, an enchantment stage, and an offer stage, and then the juncture right here in the middle of your hourglass. To me, that's the sale point. That's where they convert from being a prospect / lead into a client. Boom, they go through a transformation. You're offering your product or service that solves a problem for them. That could be something that happens immediately, like going and buying a Starbucks coffee. It's pretty much an immediate transformation for you. Ooh, I got my coffee. It feels good. I bought my Starbucks. It feels great. Or it could be long term. Oh, I've entered into a 6-month coaching program, or I'm doing this fitness program for the next 90 days, right? 30 days, whatever it is. So that's when they buy. Then the next part here is you guide them. So you all know this, like the most important part after somebody has bought is demonstrating that you are the guru they've been looking for. You are the guide they need, okay? You are their Yoda. So you are guiding in this stage. Then here, they get a little bit deeper in, and now they're experiencing your product or service. Now they're really in it. And you got to wow them. You got to blow them away, okay? So guide, wow, okay? And then the next stage right here is, I'm going to get this right, promote. Thank you. Thank you, Michael. You got it right. Promote. Guide, wow, promote. Because ultimately what you want to do is any of these grains of sand that have come through your system, aka your clients going through the hourglass marketing system, once they get to the bottom, what do you want to do? Well, you want to flip it and run those same clients through the next offer they might need. You offer a 30-day coaching program or a 90-day coaching program, and then you're going to offer them your 1-year accountability group or your 1-year mentorship. You offer a 30-day fitness boot camp, and then you offer your 6 months of personal training, whatever that is. You offer them the Starbucks, they buy the Starbucks, and then you offer them the app that keeps them coming back. Okay? Or if it's a big offer, like I always use the example of, like, you know, my sister and my mom put in an in-ground pool many, many years ago, probably almost 20 years ago now in their house. They're obviously not going to put an in-ground pool in every single year, but those people, right, they ask for reviews, they ask for testimonials to help that grain of sand, that client, turn into more clients. So filling the top of the hourglass in a slightly different way, but still the same concept. Okay? So that is the hourglass marketing system. And the reason I'm referencing this, Diane, is because when you think about marketing in that simple way, attract, enchant, offer, sale, guide, wow, promote. When you look at your marketing in this simple structure, it simplifies what your job is. Okay? It simplifies how you view things, Diana. It simplifies the client journey for you, which is where in your particular case, you're getting really scrambled. All right? Think about it as a simple framework that allows you to go, okay, this is what I'm going to be doing for lead attraction. This is what I'm going to be doing for lead enchantment. This is how I'm going to be making my offers. This is the environment and the process in which I'm going to sell. This is how I'm going to guide them to the next stage. This is how I'm going to blow their socks off and wow them. And this is how we're going to take this group and we're going to turn them into the next offer or the next thing. Think about it that simply, and then you can start to pull the pieces of your business out as a puzzle, right? Or as a train and start, okay, I'm working on this, then I'm working on this, then I'm working on this. Right? So that's the hourglass marketing system. That's the system that we use. That's a system that when we're working with a company, this is what we implement, right? Our software system, BAMO, is incredible for this because it kind of handles all the stages. And so for us, this is exactly what we do. We bolt this system onto companies, including Diana's. And it's the simplest way that I know to take what is a massive process, which is business design and business planning, and so to structure that down into this simple hourglass framework that has 7 stages to it. And you just guide clients through there. Okay, so Diana, if you keep thinking about your entire business structure in that way, it's going to keep things nice and simple for you, and keep things on the. It'll reduce the chaos, as it were. Okay, perfect. So great question. And if the audience has any questions about that, please feel free to fire them into the comment section. Okay, so let's go to Gary's question. So on the call with a client, Gary, we were talking about sales. And it comes out, he's like, okay, so what would be, I'm good at sales, but would there be one more thing? Like, what would be the number one thing that you would recommend to help him close more deals, close more sales, get more clients to say yes, get more clients to exchange their hard-earned cash for your incredible solution? Okay. So, and the number one thing beyond, we can talk tactically, go, you got to have good listening skills. You should work from a bit of a script, right? You have to identify their problems and help overcome those solutions. And those are all tactics within the framework of sales. But in sales, the thing that happens the most often is the person who has the most confidence gets the outcome they want. Okay, I'll say that again. The person with the most confidence gets the outcome that they want. Now, when I enter into a sales conversation with somebody, the great part is I'm not trying to sell them on anything. Okay. So my confidence is very high. It's very high for 2 reasons. One, I know that we can do what we're offering them. And 2, I'm not trying to make them buy it. I'm trying to help them come to a decision. To me, the sales process is about helping somebody come to a conclusion, come to a decision. So many people spend years of their life in indecision, in not taking strides forward. Right? My good buddy Glenn is might be watching right now. Right? How long has Glenn sat in an indecision mode about which business venture he should pursue to the utmost? He'd tell you it's probably been a while. Right? Remember, the root of the word decide is side, which is to kill. Homicide, right? So decide is to kill off the other options. So what I'm doing as a salesperson is I'm in this call, I'm identifying where this person wants to go. I'm trying to figure out whether or not what we do can actually serve them and help them get there. While at the same time going, I just need to help them come to a decision about whether the destination they want to get to is one they really want, and whether or not what we do can actually help them get there. Okay? So that's a big key. Yes, we get in the comment section here. Yes, waiting is wasting. Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. Waiting is wasting. So when it comes down to it, I talked to Gary about confidence. The number one thing to help me close more deals and to help you close more deals is your personal confidence. Being the most confident person in the Zoom room, being the most confident person across the table is the thing that's going to help you close the most deals. Right? Besides diving into the nitty-gritty of your offer and everything else, which can all lead to more confidence, it's confidence. And that means, right, that it is, how do I put this? People say to me, well, how can I be confident if I'm not sure, right? If I'm unsure. So then you get really sure. You get and if you're offering something, my friends, that you haven't offered before, or that you've only done a couple of times, right? And you haven't done it a whole bunch of times, you're really super successful with, make the commitment, right? Because part of confidence is commitment. There's actually have a little 4 framework thing where it goes clarity, commitment, capability, or clarity, commitment, courage, capabilities, clarity, commitment, courage, capabilities. And in the middle, to me, that means confidence. You're building confidence. So you build this, though, by having, right, That clarity of what you're going to do, you're absolutely committed to it, and knowing that come hell or high water, you're going to make sure they get the result that they need, get the result that they've purchased, get the result that they want. If you're committed to that result, like if you're going to go all the way, if you're going to do everything you possibly can to make that version of them come to reality, to help them get there, then you can be confident, right? You can, if you trust yourself to go to the end, to do what's absolutely necessary to succeed. If you feel that way, like if you deep down go, you know what, it doesn't matter. Like Gary, if you're saying to yourself, I'm going to offer this coaching program to these people, and I haven't done it before, but I know that deep down, I'm going to make sure they get to where they're going to go. I'm going to commit to them. Then you can be confident because you're of your commitment to get there. All right. So confidence, my friend, is that number one thing inside those sales calls. As I said, doesn't matter whether it's Zoom, doesn't matter whether it's across the table from somebody, doesn't matter whether it's in a boardroom at a coffee shop, doesn't matter, or on the phone, doesn't matter. The one who is confident is most likely to get the outcome they want. Okay? So that would be the thing that I would encourage you to do. And if it's something that you're struggling with or you haven't done before and this is the first time you're selling it, just commit to them and to yourself, especially to yourself internally, that doesn't matter, right? What problems you face, what challenges you run into, you have the confidence that you are going to see it through and you're committed to their result. And then you can stand there with confidence and go, yeah, you know what? I'm here for you. I'm here to help you solve this problem, to get past this hurdle in your life, to finally solve this issue. And they say, well, how long is it going to take? And you might say, well, it could take 30 days. It could take 90 days. Fact is, I'm here to help you solve it. You've got me committed. You and I are going to solve this together. And when you say that with confidence and you know deep down you're promising yourself, like Sir Darren Jacklin on Wednesday when we did that interview, remember? He used the term personal promises. So powerful, right? What are your personal promises? In other words, what are the things that out of integrity you are going to do? And we've all fallen out of integrity. Okay, we've all done it. But the fact is that what are you going to do right now today to build that confidence to make sure during that sales process you can get a decision from the client, from the prospect? So a bit of a soapbox moment there for you there, Gary. But to me, confidence is, and here's one difference that that I love is that confidence feels good. Okay. Confidence feels great. Like when you're confident, it feels awesome. You know, to me, I'm very confident in front of a microphone because I spent the better part of 2 decades of my life as a professional actor. So I'm confident with a mic. There's no problem. I can do with a microphone. I can stand here in front of a camera and I can do the thing because I spent a lot of time doing it. So confidence, right? But a lot of people aren't always super confident when they're first getting started with something. So, in my audience, there's a lot of people who are just young in their entrepreneurial career, which is totally awesome. So if you're just getting started, here's the thing. Instead of confidence all the time, be courageous then, which means acting confident, acting as if, doing the thing, taking the action, you know, as my mentor Colin Sprake would say, with poopy pants. Poopy pants, and you do it anyway, right? Because the fact of the matter, you're going to have to do things as an entrepreneur that scare the crap out of you. Literally scare the crap out of you sometimes. You got to do them, right? So if you've got to step up, Gary, and be courageous in order to start building that confidence muscle, then that's what you got to do, buddy. That's what you got to do. Here's the thing, my friends. There's no fast track to long-term achievement. There are frameworks. There are systems. There are core values, as it were. There are structures, tips, hacks, all those things, everything. There's all these different sort of secret inroads that we want to call them. But the fact is they still all take time. They still all take commitment. They still all take action. They still all take those things. Clarity of your purpose, clarity of what you're doing, clarity of your intention. They take all of those things. And achievement is those things stretched out over time to make something amazing happen. So you can rocket ship up, and we know that rocket ships come down. They crash. They don't even land. They smash into the ground. Right? So if you're really committed to having an incredible result for your prospect, to doing something amazing for them, then commit to that amazing thing and you will feel confident. And if it's still not quite there yet, then be courageous enough to stride through it regardless of your fear. And help those people come to an amazing decision about solving a problem they've probably been fighting with for years. Remember, they've been looking for you. They've been waiting for you to show up in their life. Solve this problem for me. Solve this problem with me. Whatever that is. Okay, so quick thing from the audience. Any final questions, you guys, from all of this today? Any final questions here? So we'll take this out. We'll switch over here. Any final questions from anybody? And just while I'm waiting to see if there's any final questions from the live audience here, thank you so much, you guys, for participating and being a part of this, by the way. It means so much to me that you're here right now watching, investing your time into me and into you, especially. So I really, really appreciate it. Without an audience, I'm just talking to the air. So it's just great that you're here. So thank you for that. Now, as we wait to see if anybody has any final questions here, I just want to make mention once again that I'm giving away. I've got it in my bag here. Hang on. I was doing some writing at home. Giving away our 2024 social media calendar and toolkit. This is an awesome product. People who have got this, they absolutely are falling in love with the fact that every single day they've got a prompt, right? You can batch out your content now. You know I love batching my content. You've heard me say that before. So on a Monday, you can batch out the entire next week of stuff. And you've got all your plan right here. And then we know that writing good headlines is important. So we've given you over 150 headlines, hooks, caption ideas to really grab people's attention and keep it. And then on top of that, you want to make posts that are engaging, that create fun, and that are getting people to take action. So we've given you all sorts of engagement and calls to action hooks and concepts as well in here for your marketing. So be sure to grab the free copy of this, okay? So while you're watching this right now, you can pop over to that URL at the bottom, and you can scan the QR code if you want, if you're watching this on a computer and have your phone handy, or you can simply hit me up in the comment section, and I will send you the link to download it yourself. So this is this is a really powerful tool, you guys. So I would really encourage you to grab your 2024 social media calendar and toolkit. Put this to use, my friends. The world needs your product. The world needs your solution. They need you to be at your pinnacle. Okay, the world is not served by you playing small. It's not. So grab this calendar. Use the tools that are available to you to go big, go viral, and do amazing things. And so follow the URL down the bottom there, or scan the QR code. And I think this brings us to the end here of today's Marketing Wizards live mailbag. So thank you so much for watching. We had a bunch of live audience today, so that's super cool. So thank you for being on here. And if you hadn't had a chance to go back and watch the live version of the Darren Jacklin, and because Sir Darren Jacklin was awesome, that was on Wednesday. You can go back and watch that on my YouTube channel or in my private Facebook group, which is Marketing Wizards Inner Circle. So you can check that out. So you can join the Facebook group totally free. And then from there, I just want to make mention, keep your eyes open. I'm going to be promoting a marketing planning workshop that we'll be doing in January. So constructing your marketing plan for 2024. Remember what I said with that Tony Robbins quote right off the top. If you fail to plan, then ultimately you plan to fail. So make sure that you are putting together a concise, powerful, and awesome plan to make your business goals come to reality in 2024. All right, my friends. So thank you so much for watching. I have been Michael Bridgman. You have been awesome. This has been another episode of the Marketing Wizards Inner Circle Friday Morning Mailbag. So thank you so much for watching. And in the meantime, I will be back here next Wednesday, with another great interview. And in the meantime, Go out there, enchant your audience, make some magic happen, and I will see you on the next episode. Ciao for now.